From the early Olympic Games to present day, religion and sport have been interconnected, producing a relationship between the two that has affected the public. The mix of religion and sports aspect can be defined as how religion plays an important role in something as popular as sports. From pregame prayers to thanking God for miraculous victories, religion has slowly increased its involvement as one of the main aspects of sporting events, particularly football, according to Beatrice. When looking back on the history of religion and sports, the ancient Greeks are given the most credit for introducing religion to sports through the Olympic Games. Fast forward to a modern-day example of someone who shows religious practices through sport is Tim Tebow. In the book called Playing with God, Religion and Modern Sport, Baker analyzes how the ancient Greeks mixed religion with sporting events since they assumed their athletic talents were inspired by God. This inspiration from the gods marked the start of an everlasting relationship between sport and religion. Baker talks a lot about how both religion and sport are connected in many ways. For example, how both are greatly based on ritual. In the sport aspect, fans go to incredible lengths to prove their loyalty for their teams by purchasing expensive jerseys and religiously watching every game, while, on the other hand, religious people attend church every Sunday. Although the ancient Greeks get the majority of credit for intertwining sports and religion, it wasn't until the 19th century that the United States and Britain started to see the relationship between religion and sports. Popular belief at the time was that engaging in a lot of physical activity, such as competitive sports, would produce an overall stronger body and then guide the human spirit toward a life of morality. From this, the competitive nature originated and modern-day sports were born. Research has shown that religion makes its way into sporting events and vice versa. However, living in a country with a lot of different opinions on religion leads to a polarized public of people in support or opposition of the mix with religion and faith.
In modern time, religion still shows itself in many ways from many sports across the world, ranging from soccer to baseball to football. Players will often have Bible verses tattooed on their bodies and participate in pregame prayers. Some players, like Tim Tebow from the NFL or Kaká from soccer, are famous for their praise of God for their wins and their athletic talent. Fans also bring religion into sports as well. Half of Americans say supernatural forces influence sports, according to a January 2014 poll by the Public Religion Research Institute. Among the survey's other findings, football fans are more likely than other sports fans to report praying to God, believing their team has been cursed, and/or perform rituals before or during games. But religion can also bring controversy into sports. In 2002, Dodgers outfielder Shawn Green chose to skip crucial games in the closing month of a heated division race between San Francisco and Los Angeles. He was heavily criticized by fans who believed his salary should direct his priority. And more recently, Michael Sam, the first openly gay player to be drafted by an NFL team, was cut by the St. Louis Rams before the season. When Sam was drafted, many players, coaches, and fans reacted strongly, some citing their Christian faith in their response. And another example of a religion having an effect on the game, former Laker Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a Sunni Muslim, partook in the ritualistic December fasting and observance of Ramadan. It didn't matter as long as the sneakers were laced and on the court for scheduled games. While religion prominently shows itself in some sports, the NHL has been one major league that has kept religion from the spotlight. Hockey players do not often express their religious views and tend to be more private. On the other side of the spectrum, soccer players tend to be the most religious and open about their religion. For example, U.S. World Cup player Clint Dempsey takes little credit for his own success and insists it's all in service to a higher power. Dempsey said in an interview for Sports Spectrum, "One of the most famous examples of a pro athlete deciding to put his religion above his fame was Muhammad Ali when he became a Muslim in 1964. Overall, sports and religion have been intertwined since the ancient Greeks. Even though the relationship between sports and religion has been growing, complete support from the public is rare to find, but it is clear that religion will always have an impact on sports in the future."